There are so many plastics you can use as a jig trailer. Today we are going to look at how I choose based on what is happening. We'll even take a look at some side-by-side footage to show you the differences. There are three distinct things that I look for. Once I start to get these dialed in, I will adjust my jig trailer accordingly until I settle on one that I have a lot of confidence in at that moment. And honestly, that confidence factor is really important to your success. You just fish better when you believe in what you're throwing. And to keep things simple, I'm covering three types of trailers, both for bulk and size. Anyway, number one, what is the forage size? This is a great place to start. And by forage, it could be bait fish like bluegills or shad, and of course crayfish, which is what we often think of when fishing jigs. But when you include all types of forage, it helps us wrap our minds around just how many ways and places a jig can be fished. If you have a hatch of some sort, there are lots of small forage species around, then most often I will start with the small jig trailer, something much more compact. This is a great example I have shown before. Bass in this footage were chomping on very small panfish. This would be a perfect place to use a jig with a small trailer just hopping around this grass. And of course, it can take a bit longer to figure out what size forage is out there. Fish may cough up something when you catch them, or you flip some rocks around looking for craws, or even walking the shoreline a little to see what the birds have left is a great way to start. Number two, fall rate. There are times when a fast fall or a slow fall can make all the difference in whether or not a fish hits. This is especially true when you are getting bites fishing vertically, like along boat docks or even standing timber. Here we can see the three trailers I filmed and the difference they make on the fall. In clear water, I tend to start with a quicker fall and will slow it down a lot when fishing in low visibility. But really, you have to experiment and see what happens with the fish. It is so easy to just go fish and never change the trailer out and worry about fall rate when fishing vertically, but it does matter. And number three, what is the bottom composition? For a starting point, I like to go with a bigger trailer that is easier to see when there is stuff on the lake bed that might keep the lure hidden. Bass will sense it's there no matter what you start with for a trailer, but I like to make it as easy as possible for them. On a side note, watch this tiny bass investigate this jig. It will get more aggressive when I reeled the lure in a touch. When the jig was sitting still, the bass would just sit and watch. Super interesting how something appearing to escape or get away can trigger that instinct to attack. Now, of course, there are a million more variables we could get into, but these three will give you a place to start. And hey, if you would like to watch a video on a soft jerkbait retrieve that you really must try, go ahead and check this one out right here, and make sure that you go out and encourage someone today. You never know how you might just change their life. For the Bass Fishing Life, I'm your host, Steve Rogers.